Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Colin. My voice is going. My name is Colin. I'm a trans man living in Japan, and today I want to talk to you guys about some of the weirder things I've experienced on tea. And when I say weird, I don't mean like gross or sexual or wow, Colin, that's a bit TMI. I mean like things that I've noticed have changed, and I'm not really sure if they're because of the tea or if it's a lifestyle change. You know, it's the weather maybe, I don't know. But if any of these changes sound familiar to you, leave a comment down below and let me know that you have experienced them too, so I know that I'm just not imagining things. So, first change that I've noticed that has been kind of weird is my sneezes are deeper. And I did read one or two reports, I think, of trans men noticing that their sneezes got deeper. Now, before tea, I never had that kind of sneeze that was really like cutesy. I didn't go, "Achoo!" Like it was never up there. My sneeze was always more of an assault. It was, "Ooh! Ooh!" It was always more like it was super loud. But I have noticed on tea that it wasn't that high before, but it is even deeper now. It is like right down here at the lowest note I can possibly hit when I sneeze. So it doesn't hurt more, you know, it's just weird. It's just the note that my sneeze hits is deeper. And I don't know if that's because of the tea. It probably is because it's a voice thing. But yeah, one change I've noticed is that my sneezes are at a deeper pitch. So that's weird. Another thing I've noticed is that I stretch a lot more first thing in the morning. Now, I was always the kind of person who would wake up and stretch first thing, and that used to be a problem because I didn't drink enough electrolytes, so I would stretch first thing in the morning and my muscles would be all like cramped up, and I would get Charlie horses first thing in the morning. So I actually started drinking a lot more electrolytes, so sports drinks, basically. Now, we don't have Gatorade or Powerade in Japan. What we do have is predominantly we have Aquarius and Pocari Sweat, and you can get the powders from those that you can add to water on your own. You can get it as a sports drink or you can get it as a powder. So I've been adding like a lemon flavored powder to water and drinking that all throughout the day, and especially right before bed. So when I wake up, I am hydrated and I don't get cramps. But I have noticed that I am stretching a lot more in the morning than I ever did. And part of me thinks that it could be due to the testosterone giving me like more muscle mass, because I've also noticed throughout the day I stretch more. I feel like there is more muscle just inside that needs to be moved around and stretched. So I think that because of tea giving me more muscle everywhere, that in the morning there is just more of me to stretch out. And especially because it's winter and it's getting cooler, I am waking up in the morning weighed down with cats. So normally I might toss and turn a little bit, but if I have cats sleeping on me during the night, I just don't move. So I wake up and I'm flat on my back, immobilized by cats. Only two, but if they strategically place themselves, I ain't moving. So the other thing that I've noticed on tea is that I stretch more. Could be because of muscle. If so, I ain't mad at it. Another thing, going off of that I've noticed is that I feel chunkier. I don't know how else to say it. I feel like I have more mass, and not just in terms of muscle, but I feel like there is more of my body, whether it's fat, which could be getting redistributed. That's what happens after 6 years in a foreign country where you don't really speak English that much except in certain contexts. You forget words. Redistributed. Blech. If that's because of fat getting redistributed, you know, if it's because of muscle, if my bones are getting denser, you know, if there's other things changing, but I feel chunkier when I look in the morning, when I look in the mirror, it feels like there's just more of me. I don't know how else to explain it. I feel chunkier. And again, I ain't mad at it because that's a very masculine feeling and I'm excited about it. It's something I've always felt like I was missing. So to have more muscle and to just sort of feel chunkier and heavier and a little bit more lumbering like a bear, I'm not gonna complain about that. So another thing that I have noticed is I feel a lot more limber and athletic. I take my cat for walks every evening, and there's a lot of fences, low fences, kind of just sort of like, this is my side, this is your side, kind of fences in Japan, and they'll be right next to each other. So you got a fence for one person, you got a fence for another, and they wouldn't stop anyone. They wouldn't stop a kindergartner who was determined. You could just climb right over them. But they're there just to be like, this is my side and this is your side, and this like centimeter of space in between, I guess, is no man's land. But they're everywhere, and my cat likes to climb over them, and sometimes I will climb over them with the cat. And before tea, I would kind of be like, okay, here we go. And it was only when I was in shape and exercising daily that I would feel sort of athletic enough to just like swing my leg over. But now after a month on tea, I'm just like, heck yeah, I can scale a fence, that's no problem. So it feels like my body is responding to demands of an athletic nature a lot more readily than it did before. I'm not even working out all that much. Not enough to account for the fact that I'm suddenly scaling fences with no problem. So I don't know if that is due to tea, but if so, again, that is something I really like. It is another thing about my body that I've always felt like was missing. I've always felt like things were harder than they needed to be. I've always felt like my body was lighter and less present than it needed to be. And so to have these changes of my physicality on tea, if that's what it is, this feels right, and it's wonderful, and I really enjoy it. So yeah, being more limber and athletic, possibly another weird side effect on tea that I'm down with. But the last thing that I have noticed that could potentially be due to tea, but again, it could also be a lifestyle thing, I'm not 100% sure, is while I crave protein more, I am craving vegetables a heck of a lot less. I used to be the kind of person who every day, without fail, at lunchtime, craved a salad. And now I kind of find myself looking at the vegetable aisle like, I mean, I guess if I have to, which is not a lifestyle choice that I would like to be embracing. I am having to find ways to encourage myself to keep eating vegetables routinely every day, whether it's sneaking them into a protein shake or mixing them up with rice and some kind of, fried tofu, so I've got some of those tastes in there that I crave, but I am still eating my greens. Because greens are also a really good source of fiber and protein, and they're healthy and they're good for you. And I want to take care of my body. Not as excited about that, but I have noticed that my cravings have definitely changed, and I've had to adjust my shopping habits, my meal prep habits, and I've also had to sort of adjust where I put my priorities in terms of making myself eat things that I don't want to. Whereas before I didn't really have to push myself as much. So not a great change, but just weird. So that's all I've got for you today. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you've experienced any of these side effects on tea, and if there's anything else weird that you've experienced on tea, that you're curious if other people have experienced it as well. Leave a like if you've enjoyed this video, subscribe if you would like to see more videos, and I will see you next time. Bye.